So begins the Hawaiian creation chant, the Kumulipo, which reveals the origins of the universe throughout its 2,000 lines of poetic verse. For Kanaka Maoli, the Kumulipo is an affirmation of who we are and from whom we descend, providing a genealogical line that extends back into the deep darkness, into the beginning of time. The Kumulipo recounts the establishment of life in the sea, in the sky, and on the earth, and the importance of balance and harmony among all things. The chant also defines the relationship between the Hawaiian people and their elder sibling, the Aina, the land. It is the land that feeds, nurtures, and sustains us. Our history and our future is intertwined with the natural environment. If you know the stories of a place, you will come to know the people whose footsteps have been imprinted on the landscape. E hele mai kākou. Come with us as we explore the rich cultural legacy of Hawaii's native people. The land division, known as an ahupua'a, generally runs from the sea into the uplands. The ahupua'a was part of a complex system employed by ancient Hawaiians to manage land and natural resources. An ahupua'a usually contained everything the people needed to survive and thrive. The name ahupua'a refers to the altar of stones, or ahu, that was built on the boundary of each ahupua'a. A carved wooden pig, pua'a, was placed on the ahu. During the makahiki season, the people would bring their tributes of goods and produce to the ahu. It was a time to honor Lono, who in turn would nourish the land and the people. There are 9 ahupua'a in the moku of Waialua. Kuʻuipo is the westernmost ahupua'a in Waialua, and its name means back of the sun. Ka'ena is the next ahupua'a and may have been named for a chief who came with Pele from Kahiki. Ka'ena is considered one of Oʻahu's best deep-sea fishing grounds, and several important cultural sites can be found within this ahupua'a.
The leaping place of spirits on Oʻahu was said to be close to Cape Ka'ena. Near this place could be found helpful aumakua who would bring the spirit back and revive the body or guide it into the spirit world of the aumakua.
Kealia means the hard crust of salt. This narrow ahupua'a runs from the Waianae Mountains to the sea. Kawaihapai means the carried water. This ahupua'a also runs from the mountains to the sea and is famous for its 4 hidden springs associated with the goddess Hi'iaka, younger sister of Pele.
Aloha kākou. Here we are at the springs of Kawaihapai. This one's noted for its milky color and for the fact that it runs almost non-stop throughout the entire year, which is unique among the springs, especially on this side of the island.
As Hi'iaka journeyed through the moku of Waialua on her way to Kauai, she asked the kupuna of Kawaihapai for water. After being refused, she called forth the 4 hidden springs.
This spring was mentioned to me by my grandpa and my family, which is traditionally from this Aina.
Hapai is also a story of faith in Akua. Two kahunas, during the time of drought, lived at Kauai Hapai. Everybody was moving out because no more water. They stayed back and they prayed for rain, water, so that people can grow their crops again and live again. Instead of the rain came down, it came in the form of a spring directly out of a mountain, just like how a woman gives birth.
Mokuleia means district of abundance. This ahupua'a had several freshwater outlets that supported large lo'ikalo, taro fields, and a large population. Kamananui Ahupua'a is bordered by the Waianae and Ko'olau mountain ranges and extends to the Bay of Kaiaka. This ahupua'a has numerous freshwater springs and streams and productive lo'ikalo. Pa'ala'a means sacred firmness, and this ahupua'a extends from the Ko'olau mountains to the sea at Haleiwa town. Pa'ala'a was a highly productive agricultural complex due to the many fresh water sources. This ahupua'a had many large heiau, religious temples, ko'a, fishing shrines, and pohaku, sacred stones.
There's several versions that explain how it came here. One is that it is from the island of Kauai and that it swam here like a fish and came on shore to rest and never left. Another version that I've heard is that it is from the island of Kauai, but it was on its way back, and that instead of swimming, it flew here, and the sun began to rise as it only flies at nighttime. And so when the sun began to rise, then it landed in this spot here, and it's been here ever since.
That area was a good fishing area, had schools of fish would come. The spotter would see the fish, and he had a mallet. He would hit that pohaku all the night, and it would resound through the community, and that's how the people knew to come and help bring in the fish.
Kawailoa means the long water, and it is the largest ahupua'a in Waialua.
300 years ago, all this was all open and all clear, and there was no bushes in the way, and you could actually see this bluff from down in Haleiwa. So you would actually know where you're at, and you would know that you're standing in Kawailoa ahupua'a. We're following the stone wall, and I do believe the stone wall is the one that separated the ilis within the smaller divisions within the ahupua'a. Used to go all the way up Mauka, but with all the sugarcane fields, no more the stone wall now. But actually, this stone wall, if you follow it all the way to the ocean, it comes out right by Honolulu Bridge.
The ahupua'a of Waimea was removed from the Ko'olaulua district and placed within the Waialua moku in 1886. Waimea has been associated with Hawaiian spirituality and kahuna from as early as the 11th century. Waimea is the last remaining intact ahupua'a system on the island of Oʻahu. Near the Sia Pupukea are a group of large pohaku, stones known as Pele's followers. Prior to making her home in Kilauea crater, the volcano goddess turned these men, women, and children into these massive boulders. Some say she was angry at these maha'oi kanaka, staring as she paddled her canoe along the coast of Pupukea. Others insist that they were her loyal companions, and she turned them to stone so they too would become immortal.
E o Hawaii loa, e o, ho'o malama nā mea ho'o kuio, e hele mai a ike he o ia ka u, e ula lelo e anō ka ula la, ku kane loko.
Ku'ukaniloko was the ancient birthplace for the highest-ranking kapu chiefs of Oʻahu. Ku'ukaniloko means
Ku to anchor, kane to cry out, loko the na'a or the womb, to anchor the cry from within.
it is one of only 2 royal birthing sites among the islands of Hawaii. Ku'ukaniloko's history extends into the ancient past to the royal child Kapava. Hawaiian scholar and historian Samuel Kamakau wrote,
Kapawa was the first man to be set up as a ruling chief. This was at Waialua on Oʻahu.
Kapava was the first of many generations to be born at Ku'ukaniloko. This Wahi Pana is nestled within the Piko, the center of Oʻahu, and is considered to be one of the most revered locations in all of Hawaii nei. In 1865, Kamakau recorded in a Hawaiian language newspaper the sacred childbirth practices associated with Ku'ukaniloko.
A line of stones was set up on the right hand and another on the left hand facing north. There sat 36 chiefs, summoned to witness the birth of the child. There was a backrest, a kuapu'u on the other side. This was the rock Ku'ukaniloko.
This is the Ku'ukaniloko, established roughly about 1060, 1090 AD for the birth of Kapava.
Kamakau continues.
If the chiefess leaned against the Ku'ukaniloko and rested on the supports to hold up the thighs, in observance of the Liloi kapu, the child born in the presence of the chiefs was called an ali'i, and a kua, a vela, a chief, a god, a blaze of heat. The newborn child was immediately taken to Ho'olonopahu Heiau, which was a short distance south of Ku'ukaniloko. The ceremonial cutting of the child's umbilical cord was overseen by 48 high ali'i. Then the ancient drum Havea, brought from the land of Kahiki, was sounded. The deep, resonant beats proclaimed throughout the moku the birth of an ali'i.
The stones of Ku'ukaniloko were also used as an observation point for the study of the heavens and to track the movement of celestial objects and the progression of the seasons.
Eia o Ku'ukaniloko, ka wahi kapuma wahia wā. He kahi hana o na ali'i,
ka piko o ka moku puni o Oʻahu.
This is a multifaceted site. It's not just a birthing site, but it's an educational center, as from times of old.
Ia no ka mo'olelo o ka wahi kapu o Wahiawa.
So this stone is in exact relationship of the island of Oʻahu to the equator. And as you can see, the petroglyphs depicted on here are ancestral drawings that give us an interpretation of today what we know as an analemma sundial. This gnome would make its movement to each point. It's 2.5 hours between each one of these serrated edges. If you line up the piko of both concentric circles, this gives you the north-south cardinal point. Ukaniloko, at some point in time, there were 13 kahuna who had the responsibility of educating the newborn here to eventually become a manager of people.
Kumulipo i ka po e ka.